Welcome to Soveryn Podcast, the voice of independent Luxembourg.
Paul Comrie here with Soveryn Podcast with my buddy Trev. We're going into 6th week of my training schedule here with Trev, week to week. Last week, as a quick review, we were going over the food. For the first time, thinking about the food properly, setting a food diary, and sending that to you every evening along with the recap of my steps.
Exactly that. Just to recap on what we're up to, my name is Trev, personal trainer, team building, things like that. I've built a package designed to bring people back from the edge. The
Nice.
People who've gone beyond the couple of kilos, the people who've gone beyond where they can maybe self-help to get back, they need a little bit more. Paul is the ideal candidate for this package that I provide. The package is all about slowly, that's my focus, slowly take our time, and it encompasses fitness, general health and food. And this week we started on the food. My first point, Paul, it was a brutal week. The most demanding week we've had. Before we even started on the food, I explained this, if you go back to the previous podcast, I knew it was going to be difficult, and it was really difficult. I want to talk about the training. We did the personal training, you did your own, great. Then when we did the group training, it was between, 25 and 30 degrees. It was very humid, and it was a real motivated group. And Paul is one of these motivated people. What I find is people who haven't been fit, people who haven't been sporty, if I say to them, work to this rate of perceived exertion to a 4 or 5, they do it. People who have been fit, they just have an on-off. So it's either I'm sat down or I'm giving you everything. And Paul is in that category of giving everything. So we started training last week. It was a motivated group. The exercises were intense. Within 5 minutes, it was like, this is difficult. And Paul in particular, I could see him dropping. I don't know if you had
Yeah, no, it was a tough day. The sun was out, and I was not in the mood to do it.
Exactly, yeah.
That was also my mood. I was not happy to be working out.
No, and I could see it. It was clear. And not only that, he then, like, the heat started to get to him. And we were only 5 minutes in. And what I want to draw in is what he did. He drew back, he relaxed, he thought about it, he took a breath, and he came back strong. And you finished even stronger than what you started. And that's a skill. It's a skill and an art for somebody, because people get frightened when they're overheating, when they can't breathe, when the heart rate, and rightly so, everything's telling them, I shouldn't be doing this. But you have the ability to calm yourself down, relax, take a breath, and come back strong. Brilliant. That was on the Sunday, the beginning of the week. By Tuesday, we hit a wall.
Definitely.
And we hit that wall head on. I put it down, I'll come to Paul in a minute for his feeling on it. I put it down to the focus on the food. Before it was like, focus on the fitness. And now I'm saying, focus on the fitness and focus on the food. I'm aware, and again, I talked about it earlier, you've only got so much willpower. If that willpower is going on one thing, you can't use it somewhere else. So it really was a difficult week. The good news is, I'm experienced at this. I've been through it before. I kind of know what's coming. I used the terms previous week. We're in the groove. We're moving. So what happened is last week, I don't know, it's like the train is on the track. We don't have to lift the train onto the track. The train is on the track. What happened last week? The train lost a bit of traction. But for me, okay, the train lost a bit of traction. There was no panic. I had no fear that I was going to lose you, because you're in the groove. And you proved that to me, because I was waiting, you was waiting, there was no communication. And then you came back and you said, Trev, I need a day. I need a day to take a breath. You took control of the situation, you took your breath, and we came back on.
Yeah.
The last thing for me is, I talked about early days, motivate and monitor. That's what we focused on, motivating, monitoring. There's a third pillar to what I do, and that pillar is support.
Absolutely.
Now, my role, I talked very earlier, very strongly about motivate. Now, my primary role is to support you. And that's what I'm here for. And now I'm supporting you. I don't have to motivate you anymore. You know what the motivation is.
Yeah.
I don't have to monitor anymore because we both monitor. But now I've got to focus on supporting you. So on that, over to you, and it's a simple question. How was that week?
So I think it's been the most challenging and in some sense rewarding week of the process, because what came to light to me really was that my pattern over the last 20 years has been gain weight, lose weight quickly, and then coast again. Yeah. And so what happened is that I started the process. I'm heavier than I think I've ever been, and I hit a wall with a lot of pressure. Work has been tough, and I just didn't want to go forwards with it. I didn't want to do the work. I didn't want to, and so that's when I said I need a break. I need a day.
Yeah.
Took off the watch, and then I was able to get back into it. And I actually found that the diary is not too bad. I enjoy doing it now, and to be honest, I don't think I'm eating that badly. And I've often thought that. I think I've put on some weight, and I've noticed in the past that once I've gained a bit of weight, I can keep that weight, but I don't necessarily eat that badly.
Correct. Yeah, I would 100% agree.
I think where I gain weight is periods of inactivity where then there's a lot of stress, and then I eat very badly for a short period of time.
Yeah, almost like a binge eating.
Like a binge eating, and then I'm someone who can put on weight relatively quickly.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the issue comes up. Yeah. And so because I'm by nature someone who wants a quick fix or quick results, I hit a wall and it struggled. And I think the positive side of it was knowing that I had you there, and that constant reaffirmation helped me go through that wall. And also the group that you had working out in the park were good people. I was reminded of being back in high school, and people were giving high fives throughout the workout because it was tough.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I try and get individual. We have all got to work individually, but I try and bring the groups together, and I try and get the right kind of people who support each other. And it really was. I should have got video footage, but I'm not into the training. I didn't. But it really is a supportive group.
Absolutely.
The other one I want to talk about is like the pain. How's the pain going? What's happening there?
So I'm heavier than I'm supposed to be, and on certain days where I get in 8,000 steps, 7,500 steps plus, I feel it. I feel it in my ankles. I feel it in the balls of my feet.
Yeah. What we've got here is, and I talked about it earlier, it's like you're a big guy, you're carrying a lot of weight. If somebody who's trim and lean, if you're doing 8,000 steps a day, you can feel them.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says, you can feel them.
Yeah.
If you're then carrying a rucksack and you're walking through the city, and we're now into not summer temperatures, but the temperatures are going up, everything's hitting you hard.
And I'm doing all the stairs everywhere I can.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm never taking the lift anymore.
Yeah, which is brilliant. So it's gains and it's painful gains. The last one I want to talk about with you is this. Like, we're into week 6. It's like I call it the honeymoon period. You and I are out of our honeymoon period.
That's the thing. I think that's what the wall was. The honeymoon's over.
Yeah.
You're in it.
Yeah.
This is now marriage.
Yeah, and the honeymoon is over. And I laugh, but it's a serious point because we can all get through that first month, but now it's like, this is going to be hard.
Yeah.
And it is going to be hard. So what I'm going to do on that, and I get back to the originals, nothing's exciting, nothing's new. I'm not like controversial or magic fixes. It's sustainability. So we've got this set of 6,500 steps. Let's maintain that. However, I want to build in I don't know what we'd call it, like a get out of jail free card, whatever we want to call it. Something where you can say to me, Trev, today, that's it. I've done enough. I'm having it off because I can't carry on. I think that's the way we'll sustain.
So that you have like a day off that you can kind of just cut it for a day.
Exactly. So you can have some breathing space. Yeah. I want you to be accountable to me, but I don't want you to be fearing me, and I don't want you to, I've got to do it. It's not about that, this sustainability. So we're going to introduce this get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
And you've got to use it. It's up to you to use it. The diet, brilliant. Fourth day we're on. Everything good. No problems, and we're not going to start fine-tuning it. We're going to spend another week doing it.
Yeah.
One of the things I deal with the food, I'm a qualified chef. I chef for 20 years. I understand food. So what I do is I mix my food knowledge with my nutritional knowledge, and I develop these dishes. Every week I'm bringing them in. On the desk today, I've got a lentil soup for Paul for his lunch. And it's this 25% protein, 25% fat, 50% carbohydrate. The recipes are on the website. These recipes are going to be in the link below.
Absolutely, they'll be in the show notes.
That's great. So we'll get those in the short notes. Those recipes, I'm continually designing and develop. Paul's focus, we're looking at the calories. I'm looking at protein content, but I'm also looking to try and reduce the calories. So they're the recipes. The other thing I've brought today is a home smoked chicken.
Nice.
What I have people get this beef jerky. It's healthy, it's this, it's that. Yeah, it is, but it's full of sugar.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to develop this like away from the sugar and a dependency on sugar. And if you look at a lot of what we've not gone in that deep, that's coming in the future episodes. There's a lot of sugar in your diet, invisible sugar that you're eating, and we've got to get away from that. That's enough talking about that kind of level of diet. So what we're going to focus on, get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
That's coming. The diet logging, exactly the same.
Yeah.
The weekly training, I want to push yourself and come to me.
Yeah.
Every week you get smarter with it. You know how to sustain it. Your personal training, you do what you want twice a week.
Yeah.
Anything from you?
No, I think that's good. I would just like to say that me personally, knowing how things have gone, I wouldn't have been able to push through without your help this week. So you're a great trainer.
That's great, thank you. And I felt it.
Very good.
Cheers.
All right, thanks, Trev.
Looking forward to next week.
Bye.
Bye.